Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. Hi,
Hello,
Lisa.
how are you?
I'm good. For a Monday?
Yeah.
608-270-9933. Brought some herbs along.
I did bring some herbs along because, you know, if you're just starting out as a gardener and you don't know what to do, a herb garden is a great place to start. You can do one in a pot, just sort of pick out the flavors of the food you like to eat. And it's a super satisfying and easy way.
What do you have here?
So this is Corsican mint. I brought some things that are a little more unusual. This is chervil. This is French lavender. We've got some peppermint. I mean, you can do parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Those are all good standbys, but you could add something a little bit different and expand your culinary horizons.
They smell great.
They do smell good.
All right, let's get to the phones, and we will start with John in Monona. Hi, John. What's your question?
Hi, hi to both of you, and a happy summer day. I have 2 hibiscus plants that I've had for a long, long time, and they're in like 12-inch diameter pots. They're in big pots, but I made the mistake, left them out on some of those cold nights, probably 2 weeks ago, and they got nipped. So I guess my question is, there's some green leaves at the end of a stem growth. Should I the little branches that have their leaves all died? Should I just cut those off and let the plant rejuvenate and send out new branches with fresh leaves?
Yeah, John, you can just sort of cut that back a little bit to shape it. When you have some cold damage on something, it wasn't that cold for very long, so I don't think that you've permanently harmed them. But along where those dead leaves are, those leaves that were really nipped, you'll probably see some buds starting to come between the stem and the leaf axil, and so that will fill it in. So just give it a little shape and then give it a little time. Those new shoots will push the damaged leaves off.
Okay. Let's go to Karen now in Plain. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
What's your question?
I was planting my new plants out, and I had a bag of Miracle-Gro potting soil, and I opened it, and it's got mold in it.
Okay, so when you say mold, is it moldy green, or is it like white in there?
It's got white.
Yeah, that's just, it's just the... It's not really a mold. What I would do is sort of break it up and kind of spread it out and let the sun get to it, and then sort of, you know, re-fluff it out, and it should be usable.
If it's green, it's bad, but white's okay.
Yeah, mold or, you know, mossy stuff is usually green, but that white stuff, it's just, it might be the salts that are accumulated in there, but I would just break it up so it sort of let the sun kind of sterilize it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so
You're
much.
All right. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Gary in Madison. Hi, Gary.
Hey, good morning or afternoon. I have some ferns around my air conditioning unit, and I'm wondering if I can transplant them, and also some hostas.
Yeah, it is certainly fine to be doing transplanting, especially of those ferns that are really aggressive movers. Hostas as well, as long as they're not flowering. There's no problem with leaving them where they are, but if they're sort of near the air intake, you might want to clear that out, that space, so that you don't overwork your air conditioner. It's okay to move them now. Just make sure they get a good soak of water once you replant them.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Sue in Evansville. Hi, Sue.
Hello. I've got daffodils and tulips that had lots of leaves this year and no buds. Does it pay to dig them up and replant them in the fall?
Well, you could. I'd leave the daffs alone. They'll naturalize, and there might be some other reason why. We had warm weather, things came up, and then cold weather, they might have damaged the flower buds. What I would do, though, is I would feed them in the fall with there's a product called Bulb Tone by Espoma, and you can just sort of broadcast that in the area and rake it in, and then just let the green do what it's going to do. And once it starts to yellow, when the leaves start to yellow, then you can cut it back. That'll give a lot of energy for flowers for next year.
Tulips kind of wear out eventually, right?
They do. You could usually, tulips, you get about 3 or 4 years out of them, depending on the type. Unless you use those little small ones that naturalize, the species tulips. Those will go for a long time.
Okay. Can you stay?
I can.
All right, if you're on the line, stay there. Lisa will talk to you off the air. And we'll see you next week.
Next week.